Hi guys, welcome to our third week of advanced composition. This is where the class really gets fun and interesting. Over the last 2 weeks, we've kind of talked a little bit about concepts, and in our last discussion area, you probably saw me poking and prodding a little bit, getting you to think deeper. For example, we talked about a bed and how our relationship with a bed can be different for each of us. Because when I say the word bed, you think of it one way, I think of it one way, everybody thinks of it differently. And this is where we get into advanced critical thinking, because all of us have different perceptions. And this is why I love English classes, because there's never a wrong answer, which is fun. Think back to high school. Think back to your earlier English courses. Your teacher gave you all a book to read. For example, everybody probably read Romeo and Juliet, right? Everybody's read it, and all of the students probably wrote very similar essays about Romeo and Juliet. You have a little bit of a summary, you might have a little bit of your opinions, but overall, it's just kind of a book report. That is not an advanced critical thinking skill. Now it's time to learn how to really dig deep and find your own unique angle to take on any topic that we analyze. For example, in that discussion area last week, when I said, one of your classmates, Venu, brought up the idea of sleeping and bed. But when I say the word bed, all of us could have a different thought pop into our minds. Like for me, I talked about the family bed and how I tend to sleep with my babies when they're little. Somebody brought up the fact that she has 2 beds. I can't remember who said that. Somebody said they had a water bed. So people have a different thought process when a word comes to mind. And that's where we analyze concepts. So it's really important this week that you do read chapter 5 of our textbooks, because it's so hard to really just explain it in a few-minute video to you. But really go through here and see some of the examples that they have brought up. One that I really like in the book is about reality television. If I were to say reality television, every single person in our class would probably have a different thought come to their mind. For example, you might think of a certain show. You might think, oh, reality TV shows are so fake. Some people might say, oh, this really shows us the inner lives of these people. Well, again, everybody is going to think of it differently. And that's why you do need to read this textbook in order to make sure you understand the idea of analyzing concepts. I know that sounds kind of crazy. All right, so let's go over to what we're doing this week. So let's scroll down to week 3. And our discussion area requires 2 parts this week. So the first part is I need you to make sure that you have read one of these essays, and then you're going to summarize it for us. So in part A, summarize just kind of the main points and tell me what you thought of the piece. Did you agree with the author? Did you not? Did you like it? Did you not? Why? And then part 2, this is where it gets important. You're going to tell us what you're thinking about writing for your first analysis essay. So what do you want to analyze? What concept do you want to come up with? Again, this is something that, topics are limitless. There's no right or wrong answer. Gosh, I had something in mind that I wanted to share as an example. And now, of course, it's blown from my mind. Let's say I talked about religion. Religion is something that a lot of people have different angles and perceptions on. I could even dig deeper and say something like religion is the cause of war, right? That is a concept that I then would need to back up that statement. Not everybody agrees with that. Not everybody's going to say religion causes war, but I might say that yes, it does, because every war we've ever fought had to do with some type of moral beliefs. And then, of course, I would have to prove that by finding credible sources that back me up. So you're going to tell us in this discussion area what you're thinking about writing. You're also going to, of course, summarize for us one of these stories. But you're going to tell us what you're thinking about writing. And then before the end of the week, you are going to create an annotated bibliography for me here under assignment 3.1. And, oh, baby wants to say hi. Say hi. Hi. All right, so the assignment this week is to create that annotated outline for that essay. So as I said before, you have to find credible sources to help prove your point, to prove your analysis. So then you're going to find those 3 reliable academic sources. Okay. And you're going to create that annotated bibliography. So it's going to be in APA format. You need to make sure that you have all of these things prepared, and and you have those 3 sources that you are ready to explain to me that you're going to use them in your upcoming papers. All right, hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about this assignment or our discussion area, please let me know, and I'm sure I'll probably end up sending out lots of emails this week with instructions on how to do these things. So again, let me know if you need help. Thanks, guys.